Hey guys, Karina here. Today we are going to be doing two things. We are going to be doing a sublimation tumbler and a matching sublimation pen. Okay, you can get all these on Etsy. Amazon has them too, but Etsy, I like these ones better. They're metal. They're really nice. A lot of the ones I've seen on Amazon have a weird flat top to them. Don't care for them. You will need your printed sublimation design on a sub paper, Amazon, your sublimation pen design, your heat tape, your gloves, pot holder, I use that too, and also scissors, and oh, I forgot. Masking tape. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trim out the edges. Okay. And you still might have to trim some. And you're going to line it up on your cup. And we're going to wrap it around. You want to make sure it lines up. And there's a little bit of overhang. And you can leave it as long as you tape it tight enough, it will still work. But I have found I get less what I call clouding. So I trim it. I'd rather see a little bit of the white of the cup, because then it just looks like it's supposed to be that way. So whatever spot that you think you can take the most off without ruining the design, that's where I would trim. And you don't have to trim much. And we'll put that back on there, like so. And you want to try and make sure your paper's lined up. Okay? Just like that. Now, the important part. You need this to be tight. Take your tape and start in the middle. Put a piece of tape down, hold it, and then pull the tape and push with your thumb to pull it as tight as you can. Okay? Then I do the top part. And I do it on the bottom. And now you're going to go through and tape this all the way down the seam. And don't worry, this heat tape is really inexpensive, so I prefer this size and a little wider. In fact, I think you can get a 4-roll pack for like $8. And pull and push as you're doing it, because if you don't have it tight, it's going to make your picture not turn out right. And for those of you just starting out, if you don't have a convection oven, when I first started, I used an air fryer, believe it or not, and it worked. It takes a little bit because everybody's air fryer is different. to know how long you need to leave it in there. But a convection oven is so much better. The temperature is way more regulated. You need way less time. The model I have is called Gourmet, and I got it at Walmart on Black Friday and paid $49 for the thing. And it is a convection oven, toaster oven, air fryer, everything all in one. This thing is awesome. I only have to do my cups for 4 minutes. Okay, now you're going to take a long piece and you're going to start at the top, and you are going to pull this tape as you twist it around so your top stays tight. And then I'll fold the little end over so it makes it easier to find your starting point, and then rub it with your fingers as you're doing it, and then fold your little tape over. Just like that. Then you're going to do the same thing on the bottom. I apologize for how I'm doing this. It's too cold to put the heat on in the workshop. It would take it forever to heat up today. So we are doing it in the house. Same thing. Now, before I tape some more, I have, and this is something I'm still learning, so when I get it mastered, I will do a better video of how to put my logo on the bottom of the sub cups. For my epoxy ones, I just had this little decal. You put it on there and epoxy over it. Sub cups are a little more tricky. I've got it to where at least it somewhat shows up, but it's not 100% of the way I would like it. So I need to put that piece there. This piece here. This piece here. The hard part is getting it tight. That's the problem I'm having. And sorry for blocking the camera. Rub my fingernail around it to make sure that tape is down, and then finish taping off where it needs to be covered. Like I said, take your fingernail and really rub it. That helps push it down, because that's the secret to these sub cups. If you don't have it tight, you're going to end up with all kinds of fades, cloud spots. And then I have also learned sometimes you can just get sublimation blanks that aren't good. I had one batch, and I driving myself crazy, asking friends, you know, what am I doing wrong? I had tried all different temperatures, and the stuff just was not turning out. Then I ordered new cups. They came in, and boom, right off the bat, they were like perfect. So sometimes you can get, so cheapest is not always better. My favorite blanks, I wish I would have looked up her name before I did this video. I get off of Etsy, and her blanks are awesome, and her price is really good too. All right, so there. So my logo's on the bottom. I've creased it as much as I can. Now you're going to take another long piece. Make sure I get it long enough. You can go right down the seam of where the paper comes together. Pull that tape tight. Now here's the thing to good seams, to where you don't get gaps. I overlap my paper just a tiny bit. Take your nail, run it right along the line of the seam. Now find the edge of the other seam and do the same thing. And you can run it, your nail. It probably won't show up on the camera too well, but I have run along the other seam, and that helps keep it tight. Now all we have to do is cover this in masking tape. Some people use shrink wrap. I have tried the shrink wrap. I don't like it. I like the tape better. I will tell you, don't buy cheap masking tape either. The glue, it gets real sticky on some of them and makes a mess. I personally get mine from an auto body supply shop, and it is called, what is this called? American. I don't know if you can see that. If you have an auto body paint and body supply shop where they sell paint for cars and the sandpaper and all that stuff, that is where I get this tape. Or if you can find just 3M tape, I would use that. I usually have a wider one. It must be out in my workshop, and it would go a lot faster than this skinny one. So I apologize. And then when you make boo-boos on your sublimation cups, because trust me, when you first start out, you are going to make boo-boos. And even when you're doing it for a while, you're still going to have boo-boos happen. It just does. Don't throw your cup out. Don't say it's wasted. You can reheat it. It takes about an hour and a half. Reheat, and then you won't get rid of the whole entire picture, but you will fade it out enough to where you can re-sublimate it. You usually have to re-sublimate it with something darker. So let's say, well, actually, I'll show you here in just a second. Once I get this taped up, because we're going to have to wait for the oven to heat up, and it don't take too long. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pause this video while I get this going, because it's kind of dumb for you to watch me tape this cup. So I'll be back.